Hello, guys. This is Elaine, and welcome to the first episode of my podcast. Um, so this would be my very first episode. I am master of starting a thing which I do not finish, but this is also a thing that I wanna start, and maybe hopefully a thing that I could do regularly because I want to help other people. So, yes, hello again, friends. And this is Elaine, and welcome to my first podcast. So, in this podcast, I'm not really sure how to pronounce the word. It's just podcast. Yeah, podcast. Welcome to my first podcast. I don't even know how to pronounce it like clear really because I'm not I'm not really hindi ko pa masyado tong kabisado. So in this podcast it's not scripted. I haven't prepared for this. Well, I mentally prepared for this, but I do not have a script, so I'm so sorry. I'm going to try my best to speak English. However, if I cannot really express my if I cannot really express my message, then I would have to do it in Bisaya or Tagalog. Well, actually, I was planning to do it like Bisaya because I wanted to help the people in Visayas and Mindanao because in Luzon there are a lot of people who are doing podcast na, diba? By the way, this podcast I am going to be talking about relationship because I am a relationship enthusiast. I see how people struggle from their day to day because of, miscommunication and challenges in their relationships. And yeah, by the way, my first mentor, and he will always be my mentor. I'm still listening to his podcast on Spotify and his YouTube videos is Mr. Bo Sanchez. He's based in Manila with, the feast. And that's our weekly gathering. So the feast, Brother Bo talks about God, money, health, anything and everything under the sun. And also there's also Rika Perelejo, which I was very inspired on their podcast and her YouTube channel, The Bonnies. That's the reason why I've started my own podcast as well because I wanted to help people. So, hi Erika, I'm such a huge fan, and I found someone to listen to that. I could relate well because the communication for me is very real, and I love that she also expresses her own experiences in life. And Rika and her husband are both in church, and yeah, I love church. I love reading the scripture. Do the I read the scripture every day. And yeah, so in today's podcast, guys, I will be talking about relationship and how to find your one true love. And this talk is especially made for singles. So for singles and yeah, for teenagers, for unmarried people, for people who are looking for their soulmate, their one true love, their partner in life. So yes, because I've been dying to do this, and um, I'm going to relate the topic of astrology because I have been studying for it for 7 years now, and I've I've experienced it myself, and I observe a lot of people. I interviewed a lot of people as well, and hopefully, it could help the singles out there to find their potential partner, to find their potential soulmate. Because yes, By the way, my name is Elaine again, and I'm happily married for 2018. I was married in 2018, so that's 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So I'm married for 5 years now. 18, 19, 20, 22, 23. Yes, so I'm married for 5 years now, and I have one daughter. Her name is Hannah, and I would say that my married life is happy, although it's not perfect, but I'm happy. And yes, so I just want to radiate and share my happiness to the world. So that's the reason why I created a podcast, and hopefully it will, it will help many people. So yeah. So my background, guys, is that I serve the Lord even when I started serving the Lord at a very, very early age. I remember my elementary years when I would like present myself to read the scriptures in mass, and it's really voluntary. And then after college, I started serving at the feast for about 2 years. And yeah, we were taught at the feast to, find our one true love. And before I start this topic, I want you to check out the videos, because this strategy that I'm going to teach you will not be effective if you don't have the right foundation. So I will be linking some videos on topics on how to find your one true love. I also have some relationship mentors that I look up to. There are four of them. So yes, I will link all of the links below. And then yeah, before I go ahead and start with this, so yeah, I was talking about earlier, my background is I am a registered nurse in the Philippines. So I graduated in 2008 with a bachelor's degree in nursing, and then I did my hospital experience for about 2 years in the Philippines. And then I moved to Canada. So I'm physically here in Canada right now. I moved to Canada in 2018 to study nursing. Oh, sorry. I moved to Canada in 2016. So it was my entry here in Canada, and I studied practical nursing for 2 years. Well, actually, instead of finishing it for 2 years, I finished it 3 years because I was also struggling uh, in my life here in Canada, because my family is in the Philippines, although I had a sister, but it's so different with, but my life is so different with my parents present on my day-to-day life, and my husband, which was my boyfriend during that time, is in the Philippines as well. So we were in a long distance relationship, which I do not advise, because you need to be together in a boyfriend relationship, so that you need to be together for 2 years so that you will be able to observe each other. So yes. So murag nahutan ako og English, guys, no. So mo balik jud ko sa ako ang primary language, kay oh my goodness. It's just so natural, and don't worry. I do not have a script, Manggod. I'm not following a script or anything. I just have my phone to research on anything that is missing. So that's a very, very long intro na, no. So and so mo to dito atong tiwason. So I'm also a practical nurse, a licensed practical nurse here in Canada. I've been working for 2 years as well in a facility, in a long-term care facility. I was able to experience, the residents, because in long-term we have the residents. I'm not working in the hospital, but this is just my background. But I nag-decide ko nga muundang sa temporarily, and kay my priority right now is my family, and I have a 3-year-old, so my 3-year-old needs love and care. That's why siya gud akong giuna, kay it's really really important nga na-nourish atong mga anak. Well, if you don't have kids yet, it's super important nga magabayan gyud sila, magaidan sila in life. So that's my intro, and now I am a vlogger. I have my YouTube channel. It's called Elaine's World at YouTube, and today I'm also starting my own podcast to serve people and to be able to help people. Hello guys, this is Elaine, and welcome to the first episode of my podcast. So this would be my very